This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer, featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a guy named Seth Everman. He's a YouTube dude. And what he did is he used a basic Yamaha synth to cover Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. And he did this in as many different musical styles as he could fit into one video.
I've never heard this song, though. What song are we talking about?
It's a song that really defines a generation you may have missed.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, you know how it is.
I'll go YouTube this band, Nirvana.
Yeah, go check out this Nirvana band. And, so this guy decided, hey, what would this song sound like in all these different musical styles?
Like a samba?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like this one.
This is your favorite type of music.
It's like loungy music. Yeah. Pass me a cigar. And a dame.
Nice.
Oh, is that a... Yeah, man. Wow. Little steel drum action. I don't know why I'm doing this weird thumb dance.
Doing a great thumb dance. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those are awesome.
That is really cool.
All over the place.
Love that.
It's trippy. I'm watching the video and he kind of looks like Kevin Deers from Metal Shop. Yeah. So it's kind of tripping me out. Like, I'm like, wow, Kevin's really talented.
Hey, wow, you're right, dude. It's eerily he's similar looking. Wow. Dude, that's awesome. So nice. Especially the 80s style. You know,
what the hell is that?
It is
so nice. Would you just drink some lemonade?
It brings me back. Maybe it's the nostalgia. You know what I mean? Hearing the different types of music. And, the 80s was my jam. I know it's not your jam, but the 80s was my jam. And so that, that synth stuff and that new wave stuff.
Yeah.
So hearing it, it's like, wow, you know what? Who knows if the kids were 10 years older or so, they might have been, those Nirvana kids might have been making it sound like that. Who knows?
I'm glad they weren't then.
Yeah, I know you're glad. Yeah, I know.
Although I did enjoy some of the video game vibe to some of the versions that he did. But totally. I think my favorite might have been the loungy version.
Yeah. Oh, with the Dame?
Yeah, with
the Dame, the cigar, have yourself a fedora. And
it had the cool bass thing going on. And
so you're like a jazz kind of guy, a little speakeasy boy.
Well, have you ever heard the Tori Amos version? It's kind of like that. Like, it's really chill and it's very piano driven. But she did a version of Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, and it sounds nothing like the original.
I know Tori, but I don't know if I know that version from her.
I don't know if I can find it, but she basically just deconstructed Smells Like Teen Spirit. And I mean, it's a whole different vibe. Like, if you're a fan of Nirvana and you're like, oh, this is going to be interesting, and you hear it, you're like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. Especially when the first time I heard it in college.
Yep, found it. Okay.
Hello. With the lights on, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us.
Yeah, she's good stuff.
Yeah, she doesn't suck at singing or playing.
No, she does not
whatsoever.
Not at all.
It's fun to get reminded about how awesome Tori Amos is.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, dude. Absolutely right. We got a track and field star who's going to miss out on the Olympics thanks to a tainted burrito. Steve's going to tell you all about it. He's got the Mix Report for you at 6:18 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Yep. Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Advanced Hair Restoration for giving us the Migs Report. And today's the day to enjoy some fudge, because it's National Fudge Day. I like the peanut butter fudge, personally.
That's my jam.
Like that fresh one that you get when you go to like a fair.
Yeah.
A little chunk.
Yeah.
You take like 2 bites, you're like, why did I buy this giant chunk of fudge? I can't even imagine finishing this.
Oh, yeah, I know. There's always too much when you get it, but it's good with the little bit you get.
Right. The first bite, you're like, oh, man, I'm going to devour this. And then after like 3 or 4 bites, you're like, this is just too much.
Yeah, so
too
rich.
much fudge. It's also a very special day today. Today's the day to get on the Rock Shop and maybe buy a certain T-shirt because it's World Sea Turtle Day.
Yeah. Wow. Ride the turtle.
What better way to celebrate sea turtles than to wear a turtle being ridden by us?
Yeah, I'm sure that's completely like nature friendly.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they intended for today.
Yeah.
It is a bunch of idiot radio people riding on top of their turtles.
I agree with most of that statement.
So get yourself a shirt at the Rock Shop right now and make BJ happy.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not. All right, let's talk about this track and field star. Her name is Shelby Houlihan, and apparently she holds the American records for the 1,500 and the 5,000 meter races and things like that. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, she's definitely going to be making her way into the Olympics when it happens in Tokyo this summer. But it looks like, nope, she's not going to be able to. She just got slapped with a 4-year ban for testing positive for steroids.
Oh.
Here's the problem. She says, I did not take steroids. I just ate a tainted pork burrito. Oh, cool. Now, first I see this story and I'm like, likely story. Sounds just like when you're a kid or you get popped for like, a drug test and you have weed in your system. You're like, no, I had poppy seed bagels, It seemed like one of those, but then the more you hear about this story, you're like, maybe she's telling the truth. Like, what? She says she's never heard of, I guess there's a type of steroid called nandrolone. And after Googling it, she learned that certain types of pigs produce high levels of it, and eating pork can produce a false positive. She said that pig organ meat, known as offal, has the highest levels of nandrolone. And what did she eat 10 hours before her drug test? A burrito made with pig offal from a Mexican food truck. Is that the right word? Offal or offal? I don't know.
I'm not sure what that is.
Anyways, could that be? that she actually was just having some pork burrito, and that also sounds very naughty. Well, here at the Olympics, a lot of people, get pork burritos. There we go. Put in those bowls of condoms everywhere. Different pork burrito.
That's a tough one. I mean, I obviously just want to believe she's lying because it seems like steroids athletes, of course, I mean, we hear so many people lie about it, and then later, of course, but at the same time, I mean, she's just a kid, right? Going to the Olympics, so wow. I feel really badly for her if, in fact, she's telling the truth. Because the dream and the time that she would put into trying to make this happen.
And they got to wait another 4 years. I mean, you're already now banned for 4 years. It's just, it just seems... At first, I'm like, this is stupid. Of course she's just trying to come up with an excuse. But then, you're just like, well, what are the odds? Like, you just have a pork burrito and you didn't know it had all that stuff in it.
Well, we've been through, an entire period of testing over the last 15 months where we've seen false positives and false negatives. So I would hope there's another way for them to really determine this, just in case she is telling the truth.
Well, I guess apparently because the U.S. track and field trials are kicking off this weekend, she's probably going to be out of luck to be able to get it overturned, because she also feels that the officials rushed to judgment and denied her due process. Boy, if it actually turns out to be true, I don't know, man. That's a rough one.
It is a rough one, and I really wish there was a way to be able to figure it out with just as opposed to one test, because there are false positives. That happens.
If you're like an Olympic athlete, I'm like, I'll just have the veggie burrito, no meat, please.
Yeah, really.
Stay away from all that, just to avoid any chance.
I'm only going to do the pork burrito. I mean, the other one. That's the only one I'm going to do.
Fair. Yeah, that doesn't show up for steroids.
Yeah.
All right, yesterday, the Seahawks, of course, still doing their mini training camp. Pete Carroll did a press conference, and it's really cute how him and Russell Wilson are trying to make it very apparent that they're now friends. Like, I guess it's like
that's good.
They went for months not saying anything, and now they're like, wait, we just want to let you guys know we're still friends. Because Pete Carroll was doing his press conference, and who crashed it? Russell Wilson.
Just letting everybody know we're still friends,
Hey.
Just messing with you.
Get out of here. You had your press conference.
Wow. That's what I say to my friends.
The best part is while all that's going on, popping in the bottom corner of the screen is John Schneider just flashing a peace sign. And he's rocking a beard now.
Really?
At first I'm like, who's this guy? And then it turns out it's John Schneider, who just seems like he likes to party.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's got a lot of reasons to party. He's done a lot of good things for this town. Let him party his ass off.
One thing that Pete did bring up that was good news, or hopeful, optimistic news for Seahawks fans, is that he does expect that a deal will be done with Jamal Adams before actual training camp starts. Because, obviously, that's a big thing. And that's hinging on me buying a Jamal Adams jersey. So I'm very...
Oh, right.
very worried about this, PJ.
Yeah, I now realize why they're trying to get this deal done. Because of that jersey transaction. I forgot about that.
That's a big deal, man. I've been calling Pete. I've been telling him, and
even Jamal's
time.
Jamal was like, I was going to take my time on this, but we forgot about Steve and his jersey.
Well, you know what the Mariners didn't forget about is hitting balls, because yesterday they just crushed the Twins 10-0.
Dude, I haven't been paying attention. The Twins started off supposedly being one of the better teams in the league. I didn't realize they were as bad as they are, so it makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, the Twins are now 26-41 in the season, PJ.
Yeah, I totally. I'm telling you, at the beginning of the year, everyone was talking about the Twins being a really good team. And so I was like, wow, the Mariners are really beating up on them. And I went and checked the standings the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, the Twins are horrible.
Yeah, they're terrible. And the Mariners now one game away from 500 record again. So they play the Twins again tonight. So quite possibly they'll be back to 500. Go Mariners, indeed.
Come on, Mariners.
Stanley Cup semifinals. The Tampa Bay, they just tied the series 1-1 with the New York Islanders. They beat them 4-2. Tonight you got Vegas taking on Montreal. That series right now, Vegas has the 1-0 series lead. And yesterday, I don't know if anyone, I'm sure Joe was watching the Nets-Bucks playoff game. Holy smokes. The Bucks had a 17-point lead, blew it, thanks to Kevin Durant, former Seattle Supersonic. He was just on fire. He played every minute of the game, BJ. Had 49 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists, so a monster triple-double. In fact, that was so good that no other players ever had something like that. Not Michael Jordan, not LeBron James in the playoffs. So that's pretty impressive, Kevin Durant. What wasn't impressive, though, was the halftime choice of entertainment that the New York Nets or the Brooklyn Nets decided to do, because they wanted to pay tribute to DMX, who just recently passed away.
Okay,
so what better way to pay tribute to DMX and his song "The Rough Riders Anthem" than to have some random country music guy perform a country version of the song.
Really?
Check it out. And it's just barely a smattering of applause. Twitter just was on fire, like from people that were at the game. Like, why are you doing this to us?
Yeah, that's.
Why are you doing this to us?
That is
He even
very
covered a Big E song, "Juicy." I mean, it's just like, why are you trolling your crowd?
Yeah, what is happening?
It was very weird. But hey, congratulations to the Nets. They now have a 3-2. Is that the series? Is a 4-game series? I mean, it's best of 7, right, Joe? Yeah, so a 3-2 series lead against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
Big game for Kevin Durant. As far as weather, 70 degrees, going to be sunny. Thank you, Kia Puyallup, for giving us the mix report, and that's what's up.
I don't know if you guys know this because I don't get a lot of food delivered to the house. Usually it's my buddies' homes that happens or whatever, so I don't pay attention. But apparently when you order the food online, it asks you if you have any special instructions for the delivery driver, which I didn't realize.
Oh, yeah.
Totally, yeah.
I always, even in my old house, I would always be like, hey, it's in this development, because sometimes I would have a hard time finding it. So that way it stays in their system, and whenever you order, if you're a member of that, their app or whatever, it's there for them so they know what to do.
And this one delivery driver was instructed to, quote, knock a cool beat so that the customer inside would know that he wasn't a bad guy. I do like that idea. So,
All right.
The delivery driver, he's
Where
like,
do you
all
live
right.
that you're not worried about that?
Oh, well, yeah.
Tacoma.
Yeah. There's some places, Steve. So he followed through by knocking to the beat of the White Stripes' 7 Nation Army.
Okay, this guy's awesome. He even did the
Awesome.
That's great.
That is a cool beat.
Oh, yeah, it's great in sports events whenever the place is just clapping,
they do
it,
that.
chanting.
I like that he's saying, too. That's the best part.
Yeah, that made it for me.
All right, pressure's on. Someone says, hey, you're a delivery driver. And they're like, hey, knock a cool beat. What are you going to do?
Oh, of course, it's going to be Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
How does that go then?
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
I know. He's just a boy. There you go.
Are you knocking on a door or are you smacking your ass? I don't understand what's going on
Smack
here.
that ass.
It sounds like
Listen,
the Friends
Steve.
song.
All right, I got it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Okay. That's nobody asked to play the song. You're supposed to only knock on the door. Okay, then not an excuse to play
Was that or Iron Man? I was trying to think of which one to go with.
Yeah. Oh, were you? I'm sure it was a real tough challenge which one to go with. Iron Man, a good song, or do I want to troll BJ
Yeah, this
again?
is a long way to go just to troll BJ, but I do appreciate it.
It's every way he goes to troll me. Anytime there's I almost said a bad word. Anytime there's a song, that's all he does. Just, all right, let's see if I can play Douchebag the Donkey again. Let's see how he can figure that out.
That's not the name of it. It's Dominic.
Yeah, well, Douchebag is going to be his new name. It's Douchebag the Donkey.
Hey, jingle jing.
Yeah. Douchebag the Donkey.
I'd be so pumped if someone knocked on my door that way.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You don't want anybody to bother you.
I'd answer. If someone was knocking Dominic the Donkey on my door, I sure as hell would answer.
Oh, really?
Are you sure you want to declare that to everybody out here now?
Well, time to give out Steve's address.
Within reasonable hours. All right, Vicky, what song would you do?
See, now I'm getting it stuck because my first thought was Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. It's like, dun, dun, but now all I'm hearing is the White Stripes. I can't do it now.
I don't even know that song by Billie Eilish. I probably do if I heard it.
Say you want a bad guy.
Oh, really? I don't think I know that one.
That's like our big hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe
It's a
I don't
fun
know it
song.
because the way you guys are singing it.
Well, I'm glad. Look, see, that's how good I was at Dominic the Donkey. We were able to figure that one out.
Right.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, unfortunately.
Danny, do you have one?
Let's see. Gotta keep them separated.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing Hey Mickey.
I thought it was Mickey, too.
Hey Mickey, you're so fun.
That's what I thought, too.
Mine.
Hey, Mickey.
Danny.
Are they the same
Danny.
beat?
Kind of, yeah.
Wow, that's trippy. Boy, that's a mashup that somebody needs to make, huh?
Rev, what are you going to do, orgy?
No, not orgy. Diddle-it. Diddle-it.
Oh, the Addams Family.
Diddle-it. Diddle-it. Diddle-it.
I'd answer the door to that one. Surprised no one went with...
Oh, yeah.
We will.
That's a good one, too. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to go the No?
Oh, I don't know. What is happening?
No?
Okay, Vicky, honest to God, I you know what? I don't know. What is happening?
Vicky.
What is Vicky hearing in her head as she's banging?
You really don't want to know
that's a whole
what's
different
playing in my head all the time.
That's a different other question, isn't it? Never mind. Sorry about that. Wow. Yesterday,
someone said I would do Down with the Sickness. That seems like that big.
Wow, yeah, no, I caught that one right there when you started doing it.
You did that fast. I would not have been able to figure that out.
Yeah, I you know what? If I don't want anybody to think there's a bad guy coming to my house, that's the song to play with someone outside going, oh, wow!
Yeah. Your pizza's here. Extra pepperoni.
Yeah, wow. It's very recognizable. Yeah. All right, yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Which scientist was Times Person of the Century in 1999?
Thomas Dolby.
No?
Science!
Benjamin Franklin?
No.
Thomas Edison?
No.
Now that's what you got to bang on the door. That's what it is. We were looking for Albert Einstein. That was the man of the century. If you want a shot at beating Steve, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.